Hey guys, welcome to GiGi's Kitchen. How's everybody doing today? Well, I'm going to quickly make a pot of beef vegetable soup. As most of you know, we've got a hurricane that's headed to landfall, and I live in Georgia, and of course we're going to feel some of the effects of that storm. I'm just looking out my window and the winds are just whipping up, and this is a little system that's coming actually before the storm. So I'm going to make some vegetable soup. I'm going to do a pan of cornbread, and I've made up some homemade pimento cheese in a separate video. I'll make some grilled cheese. But I know you probably don't know this, but my husband works for the power company, and he has for about almost 40 years. And he knows to prepare ahead of time, and we have done some things to prepare ahead of time. But I'm going to make this, just in case we lose power, I'm going to make this big pot of vegetable soup because I know if he gets called out, and 99% sure he will, to work these storms and try to help restore power, he's going to need some warm, comforting food when he does come in. So I'm going to have a big pot of soup on the stove so that I can have something just readily available for him. Also, my mother is coming for a visit, and she's going to be here with me for a couple of days. So I'm glad about that, and I'm sure I'll do a video with her, go live with her so y'all can meet her, and you can meet the mother behind GiGi. So anyhow, I am browning some ground beef, okay? And while that is browning, I'm going to go ahead and chop up my onion, and let me see if I can pull y'all a little bit closer. Yeah, that's a little bit better. I went out there and rolled my umbrella in on my patio and tucked it under the table, the patio table. And I probably should have, and probably will go do this, took my cushions and stuff in off of my patio furniture. But anyhow, I'll do that before the major winds get here. But I just wanted to get this soup going. You know, I know you want to hope for the best, but you've got to plan for the worst. And you know, like I said, my husband's been with the power company for many years, and so he has seen it all. And if he tells you to do a little preparation in advance, then rest assured he senses some bad winds and flooding and rains coming. So, like I said, we're just preparing the best that we can, and praying for those that are, you know, going to get the hardest hit from this storm. I know they're anticipating a pretty strong storm out of this, so prayers for all those that are in the path of this. Anyhow, we're going to brown up this ground beef and then drain the excess fat off of it, and then I'll go ahead and tell you what I've done is I have washed and rinsed my vegetables because I'm using some for a quick, easy vegetable soup. I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm using. I'm using some tomatoes, corn, and okra. All of these have been drained and rinsed. Like I said, my mom is coming, and my mom has some issues with her kidneys, so she is on a lower sodium diet, has to watch her sodium intake, and if you know, these are just swimming in salt, you know, and water and stuff to preserve them in the cans. So I always put those in my colander and give them a good rinse. I will season my meat and my soup as I go, lowering the sodium content, okay? But I've got lima beans, tomatoes, corn, and okra. I've got a can of green beans, a can of Veggie, mixed vegetables, and I've got a can of whole potatoes, also empty because I've rinsed them, and some fire roasted tomatoes. All of that will go in my soup along with my beef broth, okay? I've made this out of the Better Than Bouillon paste, and just been letting it make its broth in my water. I've got some onion powder, some garlic powder, some seasonings that I'm going to be adding to it. I'm also chopping up an onion, which will also be going into our soup. Got an onion chopped up. And guys, I will let this beef continue browning up, and I will come back. I'm going to put you on pause because I'm going to go in and I'm going to go out there and grab my cushions and put them up. So I will be back. Okay, I'm back, and I've drained my ground beef, put some seasoning in, some garlic salt and some onion powder, gathered my cushions in, and about blew me all over the place. And I've added my onions to my meat, and we're just letting them saute up in the meat a little bit. And guys, I can imagine the wind that this hurricane's going to bring when it hadn't even made landfall. This is a little system before that system, and it's just a whipping some trees, and I could tell it was going to blow my cushions off. So I went ahead and put them away. Onion smells so good cooking. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add my fire roasted tomatoes in. I'm going to add my veggies that I have rinsed and drained really well. I am going to give my potatoes a little chop. Like I said, I've already rinsed them too. I'm just going to give them a rough chop. I don't know what y'all do to prepare, you know, when you're, and when I mean prepare for like your power going out. I've got extra batteries, extra non-perishable foods. I've got my bathtub filled with water, and just to have extra water. My husband took our coolers, and he's going to fill them up with ice, and, you know, just making few preparations as we possibly can, but, you know, trying to be prepared too. Hoping you don't need to be, but being prepared just the same. Okay, I've got those potatoes quartered up. Let me grab one of my little wooden spoons here. Just gonna make a big pot. We can eat on this for a couple of days, and what we don't eat, if it doesn't get ate, I'll just put it in a let it cool down, put it in a Ziploc bag, Ziploc gallon baggie, and put the date on it and pop it in the freezer. Okay, so I've got all the vegetables added in. Let me add my broth. Add a little bit more water to that. And guys, I'll tell you what I am going to do. I am going to add another can of tomatoes to this. And then I'm going to pop the lid on it. And I'm just going to let it simmer. Because basically the vegetables are already cooked. The meat's cooked. The onions are cooked. And I'm just going to let it cook low and slow and just simmer while I make some cornbread to go with it. And I'll come back in just a little while. I'll plate us up some, put us up some in a little bowl, and we'll give it a taste test. And I'll add some little bit of salt to mine once I dish me up some, because like I said, with my mom coming, I don't want to, put any extra salt, and I'll just salt to my own. And yeah, we'll come back, okay? Okay, I come back to show you. I'm going to add another can of our fire roasted tomatoes, and I'm also no salt added, and a can of tomato sauce, okay, going in. Add a little water to that, get all that goodie out of there. Okay, now let's give that a stir. It's gonna be good. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring that to a good boil, and then I'm gonna turn it down, and I'm just gonna let it sit and simmer in the pot, and that way when my husband comes in, he can have a hot bowl of soup and cornbread. And we'll be back, okay? Okay, guys. We're back. Our soup is done. Now look at this. See the steam still coming off of it, so it's still very hot. I put a dash or two of Frank's hot sauce in mine. I don't put it in my soup because everybody don't like it, but I like to just put a dash or two in my soup. And I've also made me a grilled cheese sandwich to go with my soup. And I like to take my grilled cheese and dip it in my soup. The outside of the sandwich is crunchy from being grilled. The inside is so creamy. That is a homemade pimento cheese that I made. And not sure if you'll see it before or after this one, but I did a video of me making the pimento cheese, so I'll be uploading that. Yeah, on a rainy day, I mean, and the rain is coming down. A rainy day like this is absolute comfort food. Now you can have crackers, cornbread. This is another one of my little shirts that I ordered from Raising Arrow Designs. And as you've seen in the post before, you can use my code. If you want to order anything off of that website, you can use my code, which I will attach at the, after I upload this video. I'll go back and attach the link and my code if you just want to browse. I mean, there's no obligation, and I'm not trying to push anything on you or sell anything. I just find the cutest t-shirts. And Macy, the lady who owns the website, has 4 young boys. She's a stay-at-home mom. She works her business from home, and I just love supporting her. I love, you know, supporting young moms and home-based businesses like that. So anyhow, I'll link her website to her page and my code. It's not just on the shirts that I wear, it's on anything that's on her site. Anyhow, guys, this is delicious. Make you a big pot of homemade soup. This is going to be great comfort food for my husband. If he gets called out on a storm, just wants to come home and eat him a little something, grab a couple hours of sleep before he gets called back out. This is perfect. Not to mention it's delicious. My mother, y'all know, my mother just had a birthday. She just turned 79 this week, and she is on her way here now. Should be here in about half an hour, 30 to 45 minutes. So I'm gonna have her a bowl of soup ready and a grilled cheese. And I'm excited about having her here for a couple of days. So I'm sure she'll make an appearance on here so I can introduce y'all to my mother, the mother behind GiGi. And well, listen, I'm gonna go and eat my soup and grilled cheese. And matter of fact, I may just let it cool and just wait till my mom gets here, and I can just eat the bowl with her, and we can eat our soup and sandwich together and just fellowship. So I will go. I'll thank you once again for joining me here in my kitchen and hanging out with me while I made my vegetable soup. And I appreciate it so much. If you like this video, if you care to share it, I would appreciate that. And let me encourage you, I'm getting all kind of weather alerts popping up on my phone if you see me keep looking up. Let me encourage you before I go and completely lose my train of thought here. Got a bunch of different things going around in my head that I need to do right now. But go out and encourage someone. Well, if you're anywhere near the storm, don't go out, but check on someone. Make sure they're okay and make sure they don't need anything. And like I said, we stocked up on some extra water and non-perishables and stuff like that. Hopefully we won't need them, but we're prepared if we do. So I love you guys. I thank you so much for being here with me, and go out and be the hands and feet of Jesus and be his mouthpiece and share his love with others, okay? All right, this is GiGi. Until next time, I'll see you back in my kitchen for another great recipe. Love you guys. Bye-bye. Y'all, look at this soup. Does that look delicious? And here's our grilled cheese, pimento cheese, homemade pimento cheese. You'll see a separate video on that, but let's dish this up some and give it a try. Okay, it's my mother. Say hey, Mama.
Hey, y'all.
My mama is going to taste sample the vegetable soup and grilled cheese for us. Okay, so she's going to let us know if it's worthy to be eaten or not. Here goes. Good. Be careful with your soup. It might be a little bit warm. I'll let it cool a little bit for you, okay?
Good.
Is it good?
Good.
Okay.
Very good.
You heard it from my mama. She said it was good.
It's good.
Okay. Okay, guys. Y'all heard it from the queen herself. The vegetable soup and grilled cheese. She gave it a thumbs up and said it's delicious. Is it delicious, Mama?
It's great.
All right. So we're going to roll with that, okay? All right, I'm going to go. This is GiGi. I love you guys, and I'll see you back again real soon for another great recipe. If you're in the eye of the storm, stay safe. Bye-bye.